Hi friends, welcome to the special session of JAIIB RBWM Module A, Unit 2 and 3, Retail Banking, Role and Applicability, and this is class 2. Here, last week, same day, same time, I took class 1 of this. So today, we will be dealing in class 2. So, follow the video till the end. We will be covering all the important objective questions for this Module A and importantly these two topics, role and applicability. Okay, so let's start without wasting the time. See this. Let me bring this cursor. Yeah. Which of the following business approach for retail banking is followed in new private sector banks? So which of the following business approach is followed in new private sector banks, new banks? Okay, so which is followed? One is segmented approach, second is geography based approach, third is classification based approach, and fourth is mix of segment and classification based model. So which is the one which is followed? Yeah, what do you think? So that is very important. Here what happens is new private sector banks. Now how many types of banks are there? Basically, remember there are three main types of banks. There are many as such, but three main. One is commercial, second is cooperative. Means two are the basic classifications. From commercial we have, okay, let me show you over here only. Banking is mainly in India divided into two parts. One is commercial banking, commercial, okay, commercial, and second is what? Second is cooperative. Okay, commercial is again divided into two parts, private sector, private, and second is nationalized. Okay, nationalized. Basically there is no difference between these two. Means many of us feel that these two are different. No, not different. Both are commercial banks, both are limited by shares. Only the difference is in nationalized banks government has a majority stake. That's the only difference. Otherwise everything is same in both the banks. Okay, so these private banks means government has no stake in this. Everything is owned by the shareholders. So in this case, which of the following business model, business approach in retail banking is followed by these new private sector banks? Segmented, geography based, classification based, or mix of segment and classification based? So it is, what do you think? Okay, what is segmented approach? Okay, segmented and classification. I'll give you the answer first. Answer is this, mix of segment and classification. Okay, so what do you mean by this segment and classification? There are various terms. These are the various terms. Segment means it is made business wise, various business wise. Means retail business, then this other business, private sector, this corporate business. This is basically the segment. Whichever segment earns the maximum revenue, that is focus. Classification means this is similar to that of the rural branch, urban branch. Okay, we have it on the nationalized banks, rural, urban, and all these. So this is the basic model followed in our new private sector banks. So combination. Wherever they feel this is right, they'll follow this. Wherever they feel this is right, they'll follow this. Okay, so answer is D. Which of the following constitutes the basic structure of retail banking as per recent trends? So basic structure of retail banking. So retail assets only, retail assets and liability products, liability and third party products only, of course, only, and retail assets, retail liability and third party products, all of them. So what is followed by this retail banking generally? Firstly, let me give you some idea about what do you mean by assets, what do you mean by liability, and what do you mean by third party. What is asset? Asset means, here keep it very simple. Asset means asset equals to loans. Okay, then liability equals to liability equals to deposits. Okay, all that saving, current, FD, everything is deposit. Loans, all home loan, personal loan, any type of loan where you give the money to that customer. And third party means what? Third party, it means what? Those products which are not of the bank but bank sells them. Means insurance, then mutual funds, okay, Then gold coins. Gold coins is also one of the important third party product. Okay. There are various demat accounts also. See, demat depends on the bank to bank. Some banks have their own demat account. Some banks have a different demat, different companies demat account. So that is also a point. Demat is a mix. Then brokerage account. Brokerage means what? Brokerage means this is like that SMC or this Kotak. All these companies have their separate brokerage account. To buy the shares in demat, you need a brokerage account. So these are just few examples I have given. There are many third party products, many as such. So which is the model followed by these, by private sector banks? It is retail assets, liabilities and third party products. Correct. It is asset, liability and third party. Now I'll give you one basic difference. This is followed by what? Basic structure of retail banking as per the recent trend. So this is for retail banking. Understand? This is not only for private sector now. This is for entire retail banking. It means it includes commercial banks. It means it includes these, even cooperative banks are following these third party products now. It includes nationalized banks. In your bank also, just tell me, don't you have the insurance target? Yes or no? Don't you have daily that what login day, Maha login day, this login day, that login day, insurance day. Today we have this. Today you have to bring at any cost in this week 2 policies. Don't you have this in your bank? The branch manager tells you this week everyone has to get at least 1 policy. And then we run after this. All our near and dear ones, all our relatives, all our customers, everyone we try to target, right? So same thing is followed now in entire banking system. Not only private, even the nationalized banks. The following has become the generic feature of a savings bank account in the recent year. Now savings bank account in the recent years. Generic feature. Generic means common. It is nowadays used by everyone. Nothing new in this. So ATM card, debit card, credit card, multi-city checks. So A and B, what? A and B 2 times? Okay, let me make this A and C then. A and B only, A and C only, ABD and A to D all. So which is the generic feature of all of them? A, B, C and D, all. It's a common thing now. So the correct answer is? Correct, D, A to D all, because ATM card is a common thing, debit card is a common thing. Nowadays ATM card is gone, in fact. This is gone long back. ATM card means what? There's a difference between ATM and debit card. Do you know? ATM card used to be that card which was only cash dispensable card. Means I could only take out the cash from the ATM. That was the ATM card. But then came the debit cards. Debit card means what? I can use it for cash. I can use it for purchase, POS we call it, right? POS means what? Point of sale. I can use it for POS. I can use it for internet banking. Even I can use this, right? Don't I use this for internet banking? So I can use this for internet banking. So that's why this is a upgradation. But that upgradation has also come almost 10-15 years back. So everything is a generic feature now. Multi-city check. Now who uses checks basically? How many of your customers use check? Very few, because everyone uses what? UPI, NEFT, RTGS. UPI is the best thing up to this limits, right? Credit card. Credit card is a special feature up till now. But then also what happens? It has become common nowadays in the entire banking industry. Now, 10 years back, when somebody used to say, I have a credit card. 15 years back, people used to say, my God, credit card. Today, yeah, everyone gets it. So that's the generic feature. Okay. To increase the earning potential of the savings bank balances and current account balances, the following facilities are offered by the banks. So, to increase the earning potentials means what? What do you mean by earning potential of savings bank balances? How does a savings bank balance earn to the bank? See here, earning potential from the angle of bank they are talking. The question is from the angle of bank. How does the bank earn as such hugely from savings bank? Because the deposits are very less. CASA we call it. CASA, right? CASA, current account, saving account. The interest rate is very less. What is the interest rate for savings, right? Just type in your comment section what is the interest rate in your savings. Also for your current account. Just type in the comment section what is the interest rate for the current account in your bank. Interest rate for current account. Yeah, it is nil, isn't it? And savings it is roughly 3.5. Some banks give 4. Now RBI has made it free. See here, there is no limitation as such on any bank, whether to give 3.5%, whether to give 4, whether to give 7, whether to give 8, whatever it is. RBI has said up to 1 lakh you can give any rate of interest, depending on your own financial stability. So that's why to increase the savings bank and current account balances, the following facilities are offered: sweep facilities, add-on group life policies, add-on group health policies, and all of the above. Means we are telling the customers to please open the savings account, and for that we are giving them various features. So what are those features? These features are: sweep means what? There are 2 sweep facilities. Okay, sweep in and second is sweep out. Both the facilities are there. Okay, sweep in and sweep out means what? Suppose if I am having this FD with me with your bank, and then I have a savings bank also, savings account. Suppose if there is a check in that savings account or some clearing to be done, but what happens? I don't have balance, so the FD is broken and the check is passed. That is one. And what is the sweep out? It's a reverse thing. Means what happens in this? Suppose if I am having the savings account, I am having huge balances, so some part of that will be converted into FD automatically. So these facilities are arranged. Add-on group life policies means you open the savings account with us, we will give you some life insurance, we will give you some health insurance. So what is the answer over here? Correct answer is all of the above, D. We have to give various features to the savings account holders nowadays, because that is a low cost deposit to us. Not only these are just 3, there can be many. Okay, someday I feel you open the savings account with us and we will give you a tour to 2 days 3 nights, right? Or 3 days 2 nights. We'll give you a tour, open the savings account and win a chance to get a holiday in where? Dubai, UAE. Someday that feature will come, isn't it? Before going ahead, download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. In this app, you will be getting the premium study material plus live classes, ebooks, tests, everything. Whatever you need for clearing your JAIIB and CAIIB, you will get it over here. So immediately download it. Okay. Which of the following defines the retail banking? So how do you define the retail banking over here? See here. How do you define the retail banking? Retail means what? What is the difference between retail and corporate? That's the basic logic behind this question. So the banking service that is geared primarily towards individuals. The banking that deals with lending of money to individual consumers rather than corporates. That part of the banking that is meant for small account holders. So only 1 and 2, 1, 2 and 3 and 2 and 3. So retail means what? Okay. Again, classification of banks. See here, banks are mainly classified. There are almost 7 classification of banks as per the purpose of that bank. See here, earlier I gave you commercial and cooperative. That was separate classification. That was based on the formation. This is on the purpose, means what function they do. So there can be various 7 to 8 classifications, but main ones which are followed are 2. One is retail and second one is corporate. These are the 2 ones. There is also a third segment called as wealth, but nowadays wealth is adjusted in this retail only. Okay. So retail means what? Individual, everything individual. Normal customer, normal shopkeeper, small businesses, all these. So towards individuals, yes. Lending money to individual consumers, yes. Part of the banking that is meant for small account holders, yes. So the answer is C. Got it? Clear everyone? Answer is C. Which of the following is a characteristic of retail banking? Now, characteristic of retail banking, which is it separates it from the corporate banking. The banking services provided target the individual consumers or customers. These activities are focused on mass market segment, covering large population of individuals. The large corporates having large number of employees are also provided banking facilities under retail banking. So what is the answer? 1, 2 or all of them? 3, 1, 2 and 3. So is this answer, let me type this 1 and 3. Yeah, 1 and 3, 1 and 3 only. Let me mark this 2 and 3. It should be 1, 2, 3. See this 1, 2, 3 all. Is this A the answer or what? So the answer is not A. The answer is B. 1 and 2 only. See here, third. Why third is not the answer? Because it is not targeting the large corporates. Even though having large number of employees means what? Suppose if I am having Reliance. Reliance has let's say 1 lakh employees. So Reliance won't come in retail banking, but the 1 lakh employees, these 1 lakh employees, they will come in retail banking. Okay, so the employees will be the part of retail banking, but the company won't be the part of retail banking. Okay, so that's why it is asked over here. Is it targeting the large corporates? No, it is not targeting. So 1 and 2 only. Okay, clear? Which of the following is not a feature of retail banking? Not a feature. They are provided through branches as well as virtual banking channels. So is it the same? Are they provided through branches? Are they provided through virtual banking channels? What are virtual banking channels? Virtual banking channels means all that: internet, inet, then what? App, mobile banking, phone banking, mobile, phone, right? Phone banking. Then you have various other, all that machine channels. So they are provided through branches as well as virtual banking channels. So that is true. Yes. Now what do we want? We want not. See here, we want not. So we want false answer. So this is true. Yes, this is true. What is B? They can be extended only to the amounts which are very small in size. Now what is this? Now see here. Very small means what? I can consider this as 10,000. Very small means generally up to 1 lakh, let's say. So is retail banking nowadays limited to 1 lakh rupees? No. Retail banking has gone far ahead. You can give the loan up to 1 crore, 2 crore, up to 5 crores also we give the loans in retail banking. Because just tell me one thing, simple. What is the cost of your house in metros now? What is the cost of your house in metros roughly? In major metros like Mumbai, even the outskirts, the houses have gone to 1.5 crores and 2 crores. Even in the outskirts, main Mumbai, you forget it. So 1.5 crores if I say, or 2 crores if I say a house, then the loan will have to be given how much? At least 85%. Then how much? What does it become? 1 crore 60 lakhs. So that's why retail banking is nowadays not limited to the smaller size. So this is false. Now this can be the answer. Let's see. But remember, we have to find out the nearest answer. These can be offered both as liability as well as asset products. So that is true. They can be offered as liability and assets. But we want what? False. These can be extended through small size businesses also. So what is the correct one? They can be extended to small size businesses. Do you have your small businesses in your retail banking branch? In your branch only. Do you have a small business? MSME we call it, isn't it? Do you have MSMEs over here? Have you given loans to these MSMEs? Of course, yes. So the answer is true. So what is the false answer then? Which is not the feature. This is the false answer. These can be extended only for the amounts which are very small in size. So this is my required answer. Okay? Clear? Easy? Next one. Now, the advantages of retail banking include, include higher interest rates, risk spread over large client base, strong customer loyalty, have high volatility in demand for retail products. So which is this advantage? Now look at this. Look at the options. A to D all. Only A to C. A and B and B and C. So the advantages, now we want the advantages of retail banking. Higher interest spread, is it so? What do you mean by higher interest spread? We call this as NIM, net interest margin. Okay, we call it NIM. So net interest margin. Now what is net interest margin means? Over here, whatever I get from the loans here, this is plus. Look at this, I am talking from the bank's angle. Bank gets interest on loans, right? And bank pays minus interest on deposits. So whatever is the difference between loans and deposit, interest, okay, interest, whatever is the difference between them, that is known as NIM, net interest margin, right? So this, is it higher in retail banking? Yes, it is higher. Why? How many times have you seen the customer coming to you in your branch only, that the repo rate has decreased now, so you decrease my loan rate? How many of the retail banking customers track the RBI's repo rates and CRRs and credit policies, which comes every 2 months? How many of them track? Not many. So that's why we have higher interest, but higher spreads. But the point is corporate banking. Suppose if you go in corporate, Reliance, Tata, or anyone else, any corporates, or even your bank corporates, okay, what do? They have a keen eye on whatever RBI is doing, whatever is happening in the world. So they'll immediately come running to you, decrease our loan interest rates, because the repo rate has gone down, you need to get me down this rate of interest. So this is a problem with corporate banking. The customer is knowledgeable over there. Risk spread over a large client base, that is also true. Okay, because suppose, what is the difference between corporate and retail? Suppose if I am having, let's say, 1 crore rupees. Okay, in corporate banking I will give it to one customer, that also, let's say one Reliance, I will say one Reliance. Okay, or some XYZ. Why to name Reliance always? Some XYZ. Okay, some XYZ company, one customer. But in retail banking, I will give it to 100 customers of 1 lakh each. 1 lakh each. So what happens now? When I give 100 customers 1 lakh each, so there are very less chances that all these 100 customers will become NPA. Whereas there is a high chance that single customer can become NPA. So that's why risk is spread over a large client base. Strong customer loyalty, that is also true. Means what? Have you seen any customer shifting the bank? Means many times. Some of them do shift now, but because of that competition. But have you seen majority of your customers shifting the bank? No, I don't like you. They'll give you 1,000 curses that you don't work well, you are like this only, you all are this, 1,000 things they'll say. But they won't shift the bank. They'll keep the same bank. So that is customer loyalty. High volatility in demand for retail products? No, that is false. Because volatility means what? Sometimes this year your, let's say, home loans. This year your home loans were branches, I am talking, let's say 100 crores. This year your home loans were 100 crores. Next year they are 50 crores. Next to next year they are 130 crores. Does it happen like this? No. It's like this 100, so it will grow to 110, roughly 10% rise. Then it will go to roughly 121 or 125 crores. Okay. So this is the stable growth in retail banking. So that's why high volatility in demand for retail products, that is false. So the answer is what? B. A to C only. Okay. The retail banking suffers from which of the following constraints, disadvantages? So which are the constraints? Problem in managing large number of individual customers? Yes, that is a constraint, because we have to manage huge customer base. Quick evolution of products that lead to IT complications? No, that is also true. Quick evolution, products change so fast in retail banking nowadays. By the time you have multi-city checks, then you have NEFT RTGS. By the time you gear up to NEFT RTGS, you have UPI. By the time you have UPI, something new comes out. The blockchain is coming out, isn't it? Availability of higher spreads. Now suppose this is a disadvantage we want, disadvantage. So this is a disadvantage, but this Higher spread is an advantage, it is not a disadvantage. Okay, level of irregularity in these loans is very high, so this is not a disadvantage. Means this is actually not the it's not an advantage actually, and it's not a disadvantage also, because this is very low. The actual answer is low over here. Okay, so this is totally out. So the answer is what? Which suffers from the disadvantage. Select the wrong one. So the wrong one is this, C, higher spreads. This is not a disadvantage, this is an advantage. Okay, so here I'll make it, okay, let's make this very low. So this is a what? This is a disadvantage or advantage? No, let's keep it as it is. Okay, so the answer over here is, everyone, it is this, C. Why? Because this C is the advantage and not the disadvantage. Okay, higher spreads is an advantage to the retail banking. In which of the following business approaches for retail banking the branches are classified based on the business potential for focused marketing strategy? These branches are positioned as resource center branches and form a part of overall segmentation plan. So segmented approach, geography based approach, classification approach, and any of these. So which is the one? Just now we discussed something about the new models of the retail banking, right? There was a mix of that segmented, and second one was classification based. So now we'll discuss one by one each. So what is this approach? For retail banking is classified as the business potential, depending on the business potential. What did I say? Depending on the which business works better, that is segmented over there. So this approach is simple answer is this, because the word segmentation is there, that's why it's always a segmented approach. Always remember, many questions you have the answers within the question itself, but we fail to track those. Okay. Retail business model is built on dash in geography based approach here. Now this again, different product, different services, geographies and different markets. What did I say? Many of the answers are there in the question itself, but we fail to track them. So in geography based approach, geography based means it will be based on geographies. What do you mean by geography based approach? Geography means location wise, state wise, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Kashmir, Kanyakumari. This is geography based approach. Or why does stick to India? UAE branch, USA branch, UK branch. This is all geography based, where it is classified as per the customers or the location of those customers. Okay, so that is basically geography based approach. Next one, where strategies of retail business are built on the basis of type of the branch, such as rural, semi-urban, urban, metro. Such approach is called as segmented, geography based, classification based, and any of these. Now this is quite simple answer for you. Why? Because already you have done segmented approach, already you have done geography based approach. Now the answer can be only two, either classification based or any of these, but any of this is not possible, because you have already know what is segmented approach, you already know what is geography based. So the answer is definitely classification. Understand, classification based approach means that this approach we generally follow in nationalized banks. You see in your branches you speak about this, right? This is a rural branch, this is semi-urban branch, this is urban branch, and there are further classification. That is what that class 1 branch, 2 branch, 3 branch, 4 branch, right? We have all these classifications. So these are basically based on this. This is known as classification based. Nowadays I'll tell you this classification is gone in this today's computer age or internet age. Tell me one simple answer. Somebody is in the rural branch. Okay. So bank is same, and everywhere nowadays we are having internet banking. So can't the customer from some rural branch ask for some forex? Do you think a rural branch customer won't go out? Do you think rural branch customer won't export the goods? It is possible now, because we are in the internet age. So that's why this classification based approach is nowadays fading. It's going. Nowadays we are moving towards segmented approach. Every bank is moving towards that. Forex services will be provided in all the branches, including rural, including semi-urban, including urban, every branch, metro, every. So that is the thing followed nowadays. Segmented based on the business. Whichever business works where, follow that business model. Okay. Which of the following business approach for retail banking is found in public sector banks? Just now we discussed this. Segmented, geography based, classification based, holistic model based on the corporate objectives for retail business. Now everyone amongst you will get a bouncer over here. We follow this classification based approach, but the real answer for the exam question is, if this question comes in exam, the real answer, although you follow this semi-urban, urban, everything, but the real answer for the question is this holistic approach, because in your book it is given that because there is no clear classification in the public sector bank, that's why we follow this holistic model based on the corporate objectives of the retail banking. So that's why remember everyone, if the question comes in the exam for public sector banks, even though you know it is classification based, but the answer is this holistic model. You check out in your books, okay? But this is a right thing which I have taken directly from your books. So that's why this is very important. Everyone, subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel, remember, you will get two important things. One, latest updates on JAIIB and CAIIB. Whatever comes from IIBF, immediately you will get it on this channel. Number one. And number two, more important, that is free YouTube series on all the subjects of JAIIB and CAIIB. All. What are you watching right now? Have you paid for this this YouTube series? No. That's what. So free YouTube series on all the subjects of JAIIB and CAIIB. Okay, so that's why subscribe to it immediately. Click on the bell icon. Subscribe. Click on that subscription button. Click on that bell icon so that you will get the latest updates. Which of the following group of developments increase the scope of retail banking business in India? So which has following group of developments? Now what has happened because of which the retail banking is growing in India? Do you know it is growing? 60% of the revenue of the banks, look at this, 60% of the revenue of the banks comes from retail banking. 60, such a huge business now. 60% retail. Retail means what? All your saving, current, FD, then smaller loans, then third party products, everything comes from here. All the banks are now focusing on retail. So what has led to this? Strong economic fundamentals, growing urban population, high disposable income and high tax rates. Emergence of new customer segment, growing urban population, high disposable income, strong economic fundamentals. See? Rise in growth of service industry, growing urban population, higher disposable income, strong economic fundamentals, declining growth rate of manufacturing, and all of the above. Many of you might be feeling that the answer is all of the above because all of them seem to be the same answer. But this is the trick in exam. Always remember, they have given you one answer in all these except that correct one. One answer which is wrong. What is that? Look at this. Strong economic fundamentals, very good. Means country is growing, right? Usually country is growing. So strong economic fundamentals, good GDP, everything, okay, done. Growing urban population, that is also done because we are moving towards urbanization. People are moving towards the cities for jobs. So growing urban, yes. Higher disposable income, that is also happening. People are getting more money in their pockets now. Disposable means what? Whatever remains in my pocket after all my expenses. So that is happening. But this is the wrong answer. High tax rates, that is not the point. So this is the wrong answer. So that's why A cannot be the answer. High tax rates, we don't have high tax rates. Okay. So that is the wrong answer. Now let me show you C. B is the correct answer. Let me show you what is wrong in C. Everything is right. Rise in growth of service industry, done. Growing urban population, done. Higher disposable income, done. Strong economic fundamentals, done. Now last one. declining growth rate of manufacturing. This is not happening. Manufacturing is not declining, so that's why C is not the answer. So the right answer is B. All the positive points are given over here. Emergence of new customer segment, growing urban population, higher disposable income, and strong economic fundamentals. So B is the answer. Okay. Banks adopted the following business approach for retail banking. So which is the approach which they have followed? So strategic business unit, departmental approach, integrated approach, generalized approach. So answer is A and C only, A and D only, B and C only, A to C all. Now look at this. The answer is D, A to C all. Okay, because see this. The point over here is strategic business unit. What is the SBA approach? This is followed mainly in foreign banks. Foreign. Okay. Departmental approach. This is followed in nationalized banks. Departmental. I have this department, I have that department. And this integrated approach, Indian private banks. Indian private. They follow the best of these. Indian private. Okay. What is this SBO? SBO means whatever I do. Suppose I am having a separate branch. Okay. This branch must earn for itself. The expenses of the branch should be taken from the income of that branch only. Head office shouldn't support it. That is SBO. So that's why we follow this. Departmental in nationalized banks, integrated in Indian private banks. Integrated means combination of A and B. So the answer is A to C all. Okay. Which of the following business approach for retail banking has advantage of clear focus and business objective? Clear focus and business objective. So SBO, departmental, integrated and generalized. There is nothing called a generalized approach. Generalized approach is a general word. It is to confuse you. So this is out. Okay. SBO approach. See here, clear focus and business objective. So this is always there in SBO approach. SBO means what? I want the profitability for each branch. See here, this is my bank. Okay. Now, if I want the bank to be profitable, profit. Okay. These are my branches, let's say. Okay. These are my 2-3 branches. Let's say these many branches I am having. So when will the whole bank be in profit? When each branch is in profit. Right? If each one, बूंद बूंद से सागर बनता है. बूंद बूंद से सागर बनता है. So that is the point. Each branch over here should be in profit. Then my bank will be in profit. So SBO approach means each branch should be in profit. They must cater to the expenses on themselves without the support of any head office or any other branch. Clear? Got it? Which of the following group of banks in India does not go for positioning objective? Rather, this group prefers business objectives. So positioning means what? Positioning means in the mind's positioning. I am positioning myself. I am a corporate banking. I am a retail banking. So I position myself. So do I position this way? Foreign banks, public sector banks, private sector banks and new private banks. Now private banks mean these are old private banks. Old. Karnataka Bank. Old means they are not old. They have been formed many years back. Karnataka Bank, then there are various others, right? Karur Vaishya Bank, all these are old banks. Then new private banks, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, these are all formed after 1994. Nowadays we have one more category after 2015, these small finance banks, okay? These all banks. So these are the latest, new you can call them. So which do not go for positioning approach? Foreign banks do not go for positioning approach. They never go. Okay? Because rather than they prefer business objectives. Means here it's very simple for foreign banks. Foreign banks have the simple logic. If I grow in business, suppose if there is business comes, means profit comes. Okay? Profit. If my profit comes, then only I'll work. If I don't have profits, I'll close down the business. You see, many of the foreign banks have closed down their retail business. Many of them. HSBC was in retail business, it has sold its business to someone else. Citibank was in retail banking, it has sold its business to someone else. So these banks follow this approach that if there is no profit, if there is no objective, means my objective is not satisfied, I'll shift the bank, I'll shift the business as such. Okay. But this approach we don't follow in nationalized banks. Why? Because if we follow this, we can't close the branch. See, the purpose of the banking is different. The purpose of the nationalized banks is for the common public. These were formed for the common public. Of course, now we also focus on profit because all the nationalized banks are more profitable than the foreign banks now in India. Understand this. All the banks have come up hugely. All the nationalized banks, check just last 2-3 years. With internet banking growing and huge customer base, all the nationalized banks are profitable. Because why? We have a huge CASA base. The bank, any bank which has a huge CASA base will always be profitable. Dash model provides functionality across the products with customer database orientation. The centralized customer database is used across the products. Now, what do you mean by this? See this, I'll give you the answer first. Means let's see the options. Horizontally organized, vertically organized. PH I'll call this, predominantly horizontally organized. And PV, predominantly vertically organized. Predominant vertically organized. Okay. So which model follows functionality across the products with common customer database? So this is followed in vertically organized. Always remember. There are 4 models. One is HOS, then vertically, then PH and PV. In horizontally organized, the customer database is not shared with each department. Means home loan will have separate customers, then savings will have separate customers, current will have separate customers. They don't speak to each other. Whereas in vertically organized, all are at centralized level. So anyone can access, even home loan can access the customer database of savings, current can access the customer database of home loans and everything. So now what happens? Same customer can be targeted by any of these branches, any of these departments. So that's why vertically organized model is having a centralized customer database, and this is the future. This is where we have to go. In nationalized banks, we also have this now, but to some extent. We are in this PV model, PV, predominant vertically, means almost 70-80% is shared now. Okay. Which of the following models is a standard norm in the banking sector, banking in public sector banks? So standard norm. These nationalized banks follow which model? Horizontally, vertically, PH and PV. So nationalized banks follow horizontally up till now. See here, we are moving towards this. We are now moving towards, I'll keep this dotted because we are moving towards PV now. But horizontally means what? Even today you see in your branch, you have home loan department, you have personal loan department, you have savings department, you have current department, separate desks you can call them. Savings desk, this current desk, then loan desk. In private banks, it's nothing like this. There is no desk. You go to anyone, that person will serve you saving, that person will serve you home loan, that person will serve you mutual fund, everything. So it is one window solution to each and every customer. Okay. So now, even now we follow this horizontally organized in nationalized banks. Okay. The new private banks generally follow the dash, which means common customer information is available. Now common customer, what do you mean by common customer? Now this you might be knowing. See this, everyone, just now I told you the details. So it is horizontally, vertically, PH or PV. It is correct. Vertically common customer database, isn't it? The most common business approach for retail banking adopted by banks are segmented, geography based, classification based. What is it? Retail banking, it's all of them, isn't it? Depending on the bank. See here, is it given that for this bank or that bank anything? No. So it is for any of these banks. So it is A to C all. Segmented, geography based, classification based, it is A to C all. Okay. Banks adopt different models for implementing the retail banking business, and a common strategy for this include which of the following? So banks adopt which model now? Models for implementing the retail business: end-to-end outsourcing, predominant outsourcing, partial outsourcing, in-house sourcing. So again, depending on the bank, we have various models. Nationalized banks follow this in-house. This is generally followed by nationalized. Okay. Predominant outsourcing, that is followed by these private sector banks. Now new private banks, new private, they follow this predominant. Partial outsourcing is followed by old private banks, generally I would say old private. And end to end is followed by, this is foreign banks, foreign. So these are the, depending on the banks. Here, is it asked anything like this, that nationalized follows which bank follows which model or something? Nothing. Which are the models followed? So this A to D all, isn't it? Retail banking business and common strategy for which for this includes which of the following? So all of these. The adoption of sourcing model for retail banking business by bank depends on which of the following factors. Means sourcing model means just now what we saw, all these, see this, end-to-end outsourcing, predominant outsourcing, partial, and this in-house. So it depends on what? Product range, process requirement, technology preparedness, delivery capabilities, and regulatory prescriptions. So depending on all these factors here, it's very simple. If my bank doesn't have that much technology with me, so I can't follow many of these, right? I can't follow this. Technology preparedness of my bank is lower, so I can't follow this the same model which my counterpart was having the maximum technology with it, which it will follow. So that's why it depends on all of these. What is my product range? If I am having very few products with my bank, then how will I do the end-to-end outsourcing over there? Got it? So answer is D, A to E all. As per the study, banks adopted the following models on technology and customer interface capabilities: horizontally, predominantly horizontally, then vertically, PV, predominantly vertically, and centrally organized models. So what is the answer? Here, adopted the following models based on the technology and customer interface. Customer interface we are talking. Here, the answer is, it is A to E, A to D. Now the answer is only between this or this. What is centrally organized model? Okay. See here, the correct answer over here is A to D. Because this vertical centrally organized model automatically comes in this vertically organized model, means central database. What is vertically organized model? Central database. So that is basically the logic. So the answer is A to D over here. Okay. The modular structure using different process models for different products, offering product-wise end-to-end solutions, is called as. Now see, look at this. Different process models using different product offerings, now different processes for different product, different process, different products. So it is horizontally. Okay, because we are not talking to each other, different process, different products. So that's why it is horizontally. Now let me discuss the batches. See this, Sankalpa batch starting on July 24th. Join it ASAP. All the 4 subjects are covered: PPB, IFS, AFM, and RBWM. Numericals, objective questions, case studies, everything is covered. Check the Mahapack also. In Mahapack you get live classes, video courses, ebooks, test series, mini and Maha marathons, practice papers, doubt sessions, everything you get. So that's why join these ASAP. Now how to join this? Let me show you. Let's go to Adda 24/7. Okay, let me bring into Adda 24/7. If you are having the app, I would always suggest you to go through the app. In the app, you are getting 1% extra. Using that coin system, collect the coins. Okay, so go to Adda 24/7. Look at this. Okay, over here, click on JAIIB and CAIIB. Look at this. Click on JAIIB and CAIIB. JAIIB and CAIIB. Look at it. JAIIB October 23. Click on JAIIB October 23. You'll see the batches. Click on this Sankalpa batch 3. Okay, English. Sankalpa batch English. Then You'll have look at the product details, expert faculties, interactive classes, recorded videos, limited size batch, all these. You can go through the product details. Click on buy now. Okay. Once you click on buy now, you will get this discount. See this, July 77. So 77% off. It's already applied. You need not apply anything. See here you are getting July 75. So take the maximum benefit. Click on this 77. Now you're getting 77%. So click on this. You get this 19,999 for 4599.77. Such a huge discount. In fact, you can go for Mahapack. In Mahapacks, look at this. In Mahapacks, let me show you Mahapacks also. Go to JAIIB and CAIIB Mahapack again. Okay. Now click on JAIIB Mahapack. Now once you click on JAIIB Mahapack, you will see the product details. Go through the details. Live classes, more than 600 plus. Case study batches. You can go through them. Okay. Importantly, recorded videos are available for each and every batch. Here, Mahapack means what? Multiple batches for a single subject. So you get that many times revisions. Click on buy now. Look at this. Click on buy now. Buy now. Okay. Now you look at this. 75% discount is applicable. But click on this 77 now. So July 77 is applied. So you'll get 77% off. 33,596 reduces to 7727. You get ebooks, you get tests, you get multiple batches. What all do you require? So join this Mahapack immediately. Even you can join, I'll tell you, JAIIB CAIIB Mahapack, combined Mahapack. Look at this, JAIIB CAIIB combined Mahapack. Now what is the beauty of this Mahapack? This Mahapack can be used for both JAIIB as well as CAIIB. Means if you clear JAIIB in this November itself, then what will happen? Remaining period you can use the same Mahapack for CAIIB also. Again, I'll show you. See this. Click on buy now. Okay. See this. All July 75. Apply July 77. Now 57,000 is the real fees. 57,889. It reduces to 13,314. Huge discount offer. Join it. Okay. I'll be back with another series. Till